Welcome back into the Rounding Third podcast, episode 231. Devers to San Francisco. Holy cow. I'm Nick, and pinch hitting for Harrison tonight, we welcome Sean back to the pod. How we doing, Sean?
Jesus Christ, man. What a day to come back, huh? Holy shit.
Yeah, this is absolutely wild. Harrison is feeling better to everybody that's been following the show. He's just trying to catch up on some family time and everything that he's missed the last 3 weeks. But you will see him on Wednesday for Jeopardy and our Thursday show going forward. And yeah, we will get into the Devers stuff in a minute. But first, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate programs, Dick's Sporting Goods, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links on the tops of all of our socials. So if you shop with these companies, please use our links. We get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support us. And finally, our Rounding Third merch store on Etsy. If you just search Rounding Third Baseball, you have some really cool stuff on there to get our name out there, and you would look good in all of our Rounding Third swag. So give that a look. Another great way to support us. All right. Here we go, Sean. Rafael Devers, the news broke, an hour ago? Hour and a half?
Yeah, maybe 2, yeah.
So it's traded for Kyle Harrison, Jordan Hicks, outfield prospect James Tibbs, and right-handed pitcher Jose Bayo. Great. Another Bayo. Giants will take the entire contract, which is nice for the Sox in the future. Was things really this bad in Boston with him, Sean?
Apparently. I don't know, man. This whole thing to me screams just like the guy's on the way out the door and you're just blaming him for all of it. Like, I'm a little shell-shocked here, but like, you're the Red Sox. You made the choice to sign him to the $313 million. You made the choice to sign Bregman and move him off of third. You have no first base depth. Now, like, before people start jumping down my throat, I am 1,000% on board with Rafi should have done what he was asked. I 100% think, like, you're getting $313 million. Like, if they ask you to play first base, you play first base. If they tell you they need you, Bregman's hurt, we need you at third, you get your glove and you go to third. I fully am on that train. Like, I believe that. But let's not pretend like the Red Sox were completely blameless in all this. Like, you made the choice to sign this guy, and then you signed another guy to play third base because the other guy, quite frankly, is a better third baseman. So, right. But you created this mess.
Yeah.
You had 10 years left with this guy. You couldn't figure it out. I'm sorry, man. This guy, like, going into this weekend with the Yankees. They sweep the Yankees. Great weekend for the Red Sox. 5 out of 6 from the Yankees. They take 2 from Tampa in between that. It's been a good 10 games for the Red Sox. Rafael Devers was like with Judge there, like leading the American League in RBIs. Since his 2-week slump at the beginning, he's been one of the better hitters in the American League. If you trade him, you get like a Paul Skeens back. Like that's what you get back when you trade a Rafi Devers.
Right.
Like, not a bullpen guy that's got a -1 WAR and a left-hander that you just automatically sent to AAA.
Yeah.
Like, that, to me, it's the return is just crazy bad.
Yeah, and that's what John says. So, like, it's the right move, but did you get enough? The answer is no. The answer is no. Sure. You didn't get enough.
But it's only the right move if you get enough back.
Right. Well, okay, fair enough. It's the right move, I think, clubhouse-wise, right? Team morale-wise, but he didn't get enough in return.
Yeah, and I have no idea how true this is, so maybe I shouldn't even say it. But, like, I was scrolling through Twitter when the whole thing broke, and I'm scrolling through and refreshing the feeds, and there's a I don't even know if it's an insider, but someone put out a tweet that said, when Christian Campbell decided to start taking ground balls at first, right, and it seemed as though Christian Campbell's kind of idea was like, hey, I'm going to do what I can to help the team. Like, Rafi wasn't happy with that. And so, like, the team's like, we don't want this guy mentoring our young guys. Now, if that's true, then sure, you got to get that guy out. Like, you got to get a guy that, if that's the case, then fine. But like you sign this guy to a 10-year deal, you can't figure it out. And supposedly, and I'm a Cora guy, supposedly Cora's big strength is his ability to communicate with his players. He screwed this one up.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I cannot believe it came to this on June 15th.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the front office handled, and maybe Cora has handled this entire situation from the get-go wrongly. I mean, if your thought was to bring Alex Bregman in to begin the season, like that's a conversation you have with Rafi Devers before you even start even thinking about it, to see if he would be okay with it. Because if it's not, you don't want to upset your superstar. I completely get that. But if I'm Rafi Devers too, like if I'm Rafi Devers, me personally, I'm like, yeah, I want to bring Alex Bregman in because I know he destroys Fenway Park. He's going to help us win ball games. And that just didn't seem like that was the approach Devers took.
Well,
I could be wrong, but
probably not. But it's also, you got to remember too, all the way back to to spring training and the offseason when this whole thing was going down, right? The original conversation was, well, Bregman could come in to play second. Right, like Cora's soft selling him as a middle infielder. Cora's like, oh yeah, he can play anywhere. We could play him at second, him and Story up the middle, Devers at third, Cassis at first. So it's like, if I'm Devers, it's like, okay, well, you started selling the idea of Bregman coming in to be the second baseman.
That's fair.
And now all of a sudden, so again, it just starts with the communication. Like, it just seems like the communication was so poor from the beginning. And Christian Campbell played his way onto the team too from spring training.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of forced their hand on that too.
Yeah.
But
so Nico
it's
says
horrible.
Yeah, Nico says Breslow pulls a bloom. What a disastrous trade for Boston in the midst of sweeping the Yankees and climbing back over 500. Agree. And this is a huge move for the Giants. Absolutely, trying to make a move in that NL West, being so close to first place out there. And like he said, they've been looking to land a free agent for a long time. I mean, you go back to Arson Judge. They almost had Carlos Correa, and then his physical kind of, it worked out for the Giants that Carlos Correa didn't there because he can't stay on the field. But they have been trying to land that huge free agent for a long time. You still got years of control with Rafi Devers. Great move for San Francisco.
A decade.
Tough for us.
Yeah. They have a decade of Rafi.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. 10 years. Yeah.
And I don't know. I didn't fact check. I assume it's true. I saw it just as the Giants and Dodgers game kicked off. The Giants haven't had a 30 home run season hitter since Barry Bonds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like 20 years. They've
well,
had
look
a 30
at that
home run hitter in 20 years.
Look at that ballpark too. That ballpark's massive, but
yeah. No, definitely. But it's crazy.
Yeah. Boston sold low. His value had tanked this year. I've got a bag of peanuts and half a hot dog for Roman Anthony. And Captain, we will get to Alex Cora because I've been talking about this with you guys for the last 3 weeks. Like, I know some people think he has a long leash, and maybe he still does, but that leash is getting shorter. Now, Sean kind of made the point before we hopped on that, like, Cora now has this to kind of fall back on.
It's a free year. It's a free year.
Right.
Oh, you traded my best player. Like, what am I going to do? You traded away my best player. It's like when an NFL coach, the quarterback gets hurt. It's like, it's a free year. Like, you're not going to fire your coach when your quarterback gets hurt. Like, this is a free year now for Cora, which is incredibly annoying considering it's the same mistakes from the same players 3 years in a row. It's the same errors. It's the same missing cutoffs. It's the same running into outs. It's the same Cora running arms down in the bullpen. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. John says, from the outside of Sox Nation looking in, Devers seemed to be a diva in the locker room. That guy can't be the face of the franchise. Agree. And then to piggyback that, John Temple says, now management looks real bad by choosing Devers over Betts. Our thoughts on that? I mean, Betts is a Hall of Famer. I would have paid that guy $10 billion with a B dollars to stay in Boston. I would have done whatever it took.
It's different management, right? That goes back to the ownership group, really, because it's been different general managers. It's been different kind of a different management group, but it's a bad look, man. It's bad. You had the big three, right? The big three of Betts, Devers, and Bogarts, and none of them are here anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 of them were traded away, and 2, at least on the surface. I mean, not on. I mean, the Betts one is a bad deal, but like, who knows how this Rafi one's going to turn out? I mean, like to me, it just is a horrible look up front. Who knows? I mean, if this who's this lefty? Is it Hamilton, right?
No, Harrison.
Harrison.
Kyle
Harrison. I mean, if Harrison comes back and he shoves, he's 23 years old. So, I mean, if he's, he comes up next year and he's a lefty that shoves, I mean, it won't look as bad, but like, it's just 2 bad trades.
Yeah.
Just 2 horrifically bad trades.
Yeah, I think the one that really kills me, though, is the Bogarts one. Because, listen, you knew he wasn't going to re-sign, and you got nothing for him. You just let him walk at free agency. And we said, listen, if you aren't going to sign Bogarts, at least trade him at the deadline and get something for him. And they didn't. They completely mishandled that one. Nico says the Red Sox lineup without Devers and Bregman temporarily is going to look and feel a lot weaker. I agree. I feel like the Red Sox, even with this, kind of stretch of playing good baseball, are almost in sell mode. Maybe they're not in sell mode, and they just had to get rid of Rafael Devers in the clubhouse. Again, we're not there. We don't know. This is what it looks like to us fans looking in. But to me, the Red Sox look to create another big 3, right? They want to build now around Campbell, Anthony, and Meyer, because there's been rumors of Duran possibly being shipped out to San Diego with Bregman. So, I mean, are the Red Sox at this point just going to kind of ride this out and then sell at the deadline? Who knows? I don't know.
I want to go back quickly to the thing you said about Bogarts. Just to be, they didn't trade him in the compensation pick they got. They drafted Christian Campbell with it. So
okay, all right.
I'll take that considering what rookie of the month in May or April, rookie of the month in April. I mean, who knows what the career is going to turn out to be? But if you do trade him at the deadline, you don't have Campbell. So, I mean, I'll give them that, right? Because the compensation pick they got for Bogarts turned into Christian Campbell.
Yeah.
So I'll take that.
Yeah. Chad says, clearly the Red Sox were done with Devers. Yep. But they had a time. A couple more weeks was not going to have a long-term negative effect. Yeah, it feels like they took the first offer. And I kind of agree with that. Probably the first team that was like, hey, are you going to take the entire contract? And the Giants might have been the first ones they called and be like, knowing that they wanted a superstar for this long, they probably called San Francisco and was like, hey, you take his whole contract. He's yours. We want these 4 guys. And the Giants probably didn't even let Breslow finish the sentence. And they were like, yep. I agree with that. And then Ed, I agree with you here. I feel that the Fenway Sports Group, we've been talking about this for the last 2-3 years, to be honest, is the ownership seems to be focused in other places other than the Red Sox. I mean, I could be wrong there, but to me, it feels like they're trying to build up their brand, Fenway Sports Group, other than building a successful Red Sox team.
They bought a hockey team.
Right. So there, I proved my point.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I mean, they went and bought a hockey team, for Christ's sake.
So I feel like, Ed, I'm completely with you. I feel like they are focused otherwhere, and the Red Sox are just a back burner at this point as they're trying to grow their sports empire. But yeah, maybe in another clubhouse he'll be fine. I mean, this is a good point too for us. We don't know. I mean, obviously we're not in there. We don't understand the whole ins and outs of it.
He just got traded to a team that has a Gold Glove third baseman signed through 2030.
But so, but he's on the IL for a good chunk of time. They're not sure when he's going to come back. So,
but when he's back, he's the third baseman.
1,000%. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you weren't willing to be a temporary third baseman here, why should the Giants believe you're going to be a temporary third baseman in San Francisco?
He's just that much closer to LA, so don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to have to check this out. I don't know if they're related, but I'm just like, great, another Bayo, but it's crazy. So I want to ask this to you, Sean, and the viewers. Is this deja vu of the Nomar Garcia Parra scenario?
It's definitely got some similarities, man. I mean, it's. I don't know. I have such a bittersweet thing with the Nomar because I loved Nomar, right? Like you grow up with
Right.
you love Nomar, but it was the move they had to make and they won a World Series from it.
Right.
So it's like how can you look back at the Nomar thing with anything other than a little bit of like it was the right move?
Yeah.
Like the Betts trade, this doesn't seem like you're not doing this to get you any closer to a championship. This is both of those were like, hey, like we want to get rid of the money, and then in Betts we just weren't going to sign him, so it's like we're just going to trade him.
Right.
But it's like these are kind of money dump deals. These aren't like, hey, we have to make the hard decision. Like the Nomar one, it felt like it was a hard decision, but we had to make it because bringing in Minkiewicz and Cabrera were what we needed to get over the hump, and those two guys played huge roles.
Dave Roberts,
Roberts too. I mean, shit, yeah. So it's crazy. Similarities definitely as far as like a disgruntled superstar who kind of forced his way out, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's very similar, right? The Red Sox were trying to trade for Alex Rodriguez. They were going to send Manny and all that stuff, and then the kind of rumors around that, Nomar was like, "Oh well, obviously you don't want me," and so it's kind of the same way, except for the Red Sox did sign Alex Bregman to push Devers off, which made him disgruntled. So it's not exactly the same, but that's what I mean by like I'm with you. It's very similar. Yeah, Nomar didn't want to go. Rafi was becoming much more of a diva than Nomar. I mean, if you watch the Red Sox documentary on Netflix that they just released, Nomar was a pretty big diva there in spring training. Like he was acting very similar to how Devers did in spring training as well. But yeah, I mean, the Nomar move turned out to be the right move.
It was the right move.
The injuries.
It was the right move. It was the right move. And again, you were 2003. You were one game away from going to the World Series. 2004, you got to make the move, and they make the move, and it's the right move. They get guys right in that help them play big roles. So that's a huge difference in this. Like I said, I mean, the Rafi one. I mean, this isn't. You're not making moves that get you into a playoff spot and kind of catapult you into a World Series contender. This is a move that screams we're sellers now.
Right. Yeah, and Chad, I'm with you. It's not the same. This isn't the same scenario. That's not what I'm trying to have it come across as. It's similar in how both players were disgruntled and how they became disgruntled. They both felt like they were pushed off their position. But yeah, it's not the same. It is different. I get it. Since the SI cover, Nomar was a little different, I suppose. Not wrong. Man. But let's keep going with this a little bit. Let's keep running with it. So news is coming out as we're sitting here. There's still more stuff kind of pouring out. It's coming out saying that Devers didn't live up to the verbiage in his contract saying that he would do whatever the team needs to win. So, I mean, we did kind of cover this a little bit, but what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I mean, it all comes back to the guy's on his way out the door, and we're just continuing to point fingers, being like, you're to blame. We did nothing wrong. This is all on you. Hate this guy. Hey, this is the problem. Now that we got rid of the problem, everything should be fine here in Boston. You know what I mean? Like He didn't live up to the verbiage in his contract that says, quote, he would do whatever the team needed to win. Okay, like leading the American League in RBIs? like moving off of third base and becoming a DH because that's what was best for the team? You mean like those types of things aren't helping the team win? Yeah. Rafi's not making the errors. Rafi's not running into outs on the base paths. Rafi's not pounding relievers into the dirt until their arms fall off on Father's Day. Like Rafi's doing none of those things.
Fair.
Do you know what I mean? Like what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like what does that even mean? We are mad. Quite frankly, all that means is we are angry that Rafi didn't just kowtow down and just say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, I'll do whatever you want. Which maybe he should have, but like he didn't. But it's not his fault. Like it's not all on him, I guess is the point I'm trying to make.
See,
do you know what I mean?
This is I do know what you mean, and I understand it, but this is where I think it it's gone south. The front office, Breslow, the owners, everybody flew out to Kansas City early on in the year and had a sit-down talk with Devers. Now, granted, I don't know what was said in that meeting, right? Nope, nobody does except for them. But they could have said in that meeting, hey, dude, if we don't stop this, like, we're going to need you here this season to do whatever it is to win. And if Devers sat in that meeting and said, yeah, I'm here to help the Red Sox, and then Cassis gets hurt, unfortunately, right? Red Sox need him to go to first, and then now he goes back on his word again. And then the other night in New York, he doesn't hustle out a ground ball. He kind of shrugs Cora off. Cora tries to talk to him about it, and Devers walks right past him. So to me, that is a player that is completely disconnected from what the team is trying to do. Completely disconnected. So at that point, maybe Breslow started making calls last weekend. Again, we don't know. And it's just finally he found a team and worked out a deal that he could pull the trigger on. So there's so many factors and so many possibilities that we could sit here and talk about all day. But I think ultimately moving forward, it is the right move, because I don't think the Red Sox win with Rafael Devers in that clubhouse or Alex Cora on the bench. That's just my own personal opinion. But I think the first step in that action has taken place today.
Yeah. No, I don't necessarily disagree with that. Like I'm not anti-trade Rafi. But like I'm not. Like I'm anti-trade your best hitter for a -1 WAR reliever and a guy that you sent to the minors, and then point the finger at Rafi on the way out. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're going to trade Rafi, you trade him for a bona fide starter.
Right. Yeah. A
because
proven MLB talent.
That's what Rafi should bring in. And if you trade Rafi for a bona fide starter to put him behind Crochet and really kind of set this rotation in a way that it needs to be set, I'm sunshine and rainbows right now. Yeah. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
But this screams, and I don't, forgive me, I don't know who said it before, but one of the guys in the chat was like, "Oh, they just took the first call." Like that's what this was.
Yeah.
And like that's what I'm anti. I'm anti just taking the first call and just saying yes. Like how quickly did San Francisco hang up the phone? 30 seconds? Oh, sure. Click. Like how quickly was that conversation?
Yeah, his plane's already booked. Send him.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I refuse to believe that San Francisco was the only team in baseball that wanted Rafael Devers.
There's no way.
There's no way.
There's no way. I mean, we had talked about possible scenarios to the Phillies with Alec Boehm, like being like that kind. You know what I mean? Like imagine that lineup with Rafael Devers in it.
Forget that. You want to send him to Philadelphia? They got plenty of proven MLB starters that you can bend them over a barrel for. And if they say no, then you say, okay, I'll call you later.
Yep. Right. Exactly. And maybe they did. Again, we don't know who he's called and who he didn't, but it does feel like it's the first call.
It does. It has very much the feel of we just want this guy out of our hair. We just want him gone.
Yeah. To go back to Rick's point about feeling sad for Rafi, like I get it. However, like, and I know they're people, and I'm going to talk to them like they're property. And I apologize if this offends anybody, but they know that when they sign their name on that line, they are property of the Boston Red Sox or whatever team you sign your contract for. You work for an organization, right? Everybody works for an organization or themselves or whatever. If they ask you to do something, you have to do it. If you don't do it, what happens? Either, you get fired, you get demoted, whatever. Like, yes, you can be disgruntled, which is what's happened, but like you still do the job. And essentially, I mean, he was to a point, but like they needed him to try to learn first base. And they weren't saying, hey, we need you to play first base tomorrow. It was like, hey, try this out, see if we can get the footwork, like we'll ease you into it. And Rafi was like a hard no.
Yeah, so this also good.
No, I'm just saying that's where I'm just kind of like he didn't even give it a go. He didn't even give it a try. It was just a hard no straight off the top.
Yeah, it's the more kind of we talk about it and the more I think about it, like this just screams like you have the ear too much of these young kids. Right? Like Roman's up here and Marcelo's here and Christian Campbell's been here from the start. And these are the young kids we're building around. And these are the kids that we are labeling as the face of the franchise for the next however many years. Like the longer that we drag our feet on trading this, like the longer this gives Rafi the kind of more days of just getting in these kids' ears and telling them, oh, no, you can push back. You can defy them. Yeah, if you don't like the way you're being treated, you should speak up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's almost like the Red Sox are like, F this, like we got to get this out. Like we can't have this in the clubhouse.
Yeah. And Devin, this is a great point. We can't control you, so we're going to trade you all over it. Giving away one of the most valuable hitters in baseball for pocket change. Yeah.
Yeah, like we can't control you. We can't control what you're saying to these young kids, so we just got to get you out of this clubhouse. 100%.
Yeah, we're with you. We're thinking the same exact way because
100%.
There's no you would like you just said a couple minutes ago. There's 29 other MLB teams that would die for Rafael. You're telling me the Seattle Mariners wouldn't be calling on Rafael Devers? And you can't give me one of those two starters? Hell, I'll even take a bullpen arm. Give me one of those guys that throw 150 in the back end.
No bullpen arms for Rafi Devers, bud. No bullpen arms for Rafi Devers. He's a starter player.
Oh, well, a bullpen arm can come with another starter, is what I'm saying.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, sure, fine. But like this return that they got is criminally bad.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. 100%.
And as a player, like I have no issues with like Hicks. Like I think he's fine, and I think he can be a valuable bullpen guy.
Fellow type 1 diabetic like me and you.
Yeah, that's right, fellow diabetic. But like for Christ's sakes, like that's the guy. That's the centerpiece coming back.
Yeah.
Is a bullpen guy with a 6.58 ERA, whatever the hell it is.
See, to me,
1.6 WHIP.
Yeah, it's brutal. I think Kyle Harrison is the centerpiece of that because he has shown that he can be nasty.
He's going to do great in Worcester.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, fair. I mean, fair.
Like what the hell?
Listen, if the Yankees didn't have interest, they probably should have because I'm looking to hopefully just get Rafael Devers back for Yankee series because he absolutely murdered them. So, like, I doubt the Red Sox would trade Rafael Devers to the Yankees. That would be the last out of the 29 teams they would. I mean,
I'll take Max Fried back, though. You want to give me Max Fried? I'll give you Rafi.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no possible way. But yeah.
No, of course not. Of course not. But I'd do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As a Cubs fan, I really wanted Devers. Yeah, that would have put the Cubs right over the top for sure. Absolutely. Could see him at Chicago. He would destroy Chicago. Hitting behind Kyle Tucker there or in front of him. Like, goodness gracious. Crazy. But I'll tell you what, that Giants lineup with him in it does not look too shabby, especially when Chapman comes back.
No.
That Giants lineup's legit now.
No. And again, I mean, we've said from the beginning, it's a great deal for the Giants. My goodness.
Yeah.
And that's a piece they needed.
Yeah. They've been searching for a while. They finally got it. But, man. So, and by the way,
yeah,
the Red Sox play the Giants on Friday in San Francisco. So we get to tune in for that. Can't wait to see those exchanges come out on social media. That's going to be
dude, you know he's going to shove it up our hoops too in those 3 games. Bend over, shove it up the hoop.
Dude, he's going to go like 20 for 10. I don't even know how you do that, but he's going to do it. 20 for 10, 15 homers, all into McCovey Cove. All grand slams, like, yeah, he's just gonna absolutely
be horrible. It's gonna be horrible.
How many times do you see that a player get traded and then immediately just destroy his old team? You see it a lot.
All the time, man. All the time.
Yeah. So we got that Friday. All right. So let's kind of get into the state of the Red Sox before we move on to the rest of the league. I swear this isn't a Red Sox podcast. All you guys know, but it's just kind of this whole news blew up the show. I had another like thing ready to go, and then this kind of blew it all up. So it's the first, they've won 5 in a row, and then they dropped this news. So, Sean, what is the state of the Red Sox at this particular moment? Are we buyers? Are we sellers? Are we standing pat and seeing what this year does and then making moves, or what are we doing?
I mean, I think you're leaning more towards sellers than buyers, right? I mean, you just traded your best player.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel saying that they're buyers. But it's a big bat, and it's 58, 59, 60 RBIs. He's somewhere around that right now, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think it's a shade under 60. So I mean, it's a lot of RBIs, right? You can still hit. This hopefully means that Bregman's coming back sooner than we think. Like maybe he's closer than we think to coming back. I don't know.
He's sitting at 57 RBIs, unless he had some today.
Well, they had the solo home run today.
Okay, so 58.
So he's at 58. I don't know. The state of the Red Sox is, I don't know it's much different. I mean, it's a team that's never going to get out of their own way. And let's call it what it is. I said it a few minutes ago. Rafi was not their problem. Rafi's not making the errors.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't make you a better baseball team.
No.
And so I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I do know how I feel about it. I hate the return. I don't hate the fact that Rafi was dealt on its face. I don't like the return. I don't like the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't like the haste with which this seemed to have been done. It seems like it was just put together last minute. It's like, we just need to get this done and out of the way. I don't like the timing of it. You just win 5 straight. You take 5 out of 6 from the Yankees. You sandwich 2 wins against the Rays. That's 3 straight series wins against division rivals. And now we're going out on a West Coast trip. And, oh, hey, your best player's not there. Okay. Yeah. But we also like to take it easy with Marcell Lemare and Roman Anthony, though, against lefties.
Not going to happen.
Like, it's crazy. I better not see them sit another inning in this season. I don't care. I don't care if they have mono. I want them in the lineup, lefties or righties. Like, this is crazy.
Yep. Like, they have to play every day now.
Yeah, you can't baby the young kids and be like, okay, well, we got guys like Rafi and Bregman and all that, and we got these Rob Refsnyders and Romy Gonzalez's, and these guys are wonderful against lefties, and we have this, we're young, but we also have these great veterans that can step in and do their role. Well, Rafi's gone now, and you very much made it clear that this team is a Marcell Lemare, Roman Anthony team. They better be in the lineup every week. I mean, every game.
Yep.
Every game.
Yeah. So, John, they wouldn't bring Yaz back. As cool of a story that would be to bring Yaz to Boston, they have a logjam in the outfield. That would never happen. You got too many outfielders. Abreu's going to come back, and then you have a logjam again. So
isn't he like 85?
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I think he's older than that now, but yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty like about 300.
Yeah. The Giants did send their first round pick from last year. We'll see what that kid's got.
Yeah, and he great numbers in Little A.
Yeah,
he's got some serious pop.
Yeah, and Rick. So rumors were a couple of weeks ago that Duran and Bregman and the Padres were kind of linked up. I don't know if that's kind of still ongoing or what. Masataka Yoshida is still. He's still in Florida.
Is he alive?
Rehabbing, maybe. I don't know. I heard he's still like 2 months out, possibly. So I don't know. If the Red Sox are listening, do not trade anymore unless it's really worth it. So
thanks. I agree.
Actually, like pretty funny, Leslie, though. I talked to Sean, what was it, Friday? It was Friday night, the Red Sox game against the Yankees. And we talked about this. We talked about if the Red Sox want to win, either one or both of those guys that we mentioned, Cora or Devers, has to go. And it was like, I swear they have our phones tapped.
Yes,
or like we actually pretend.
Every conversation we had a bona fide starter coming
back.
Like this,
fair.
And again, like I hate to keep repeating myself, but that was the biggest problem that I have with this. It's not the trade itself; it's what came back, and the haste with which it was done is crazy.
Yep. Oracle's going to tame his ass down. I think it will a little bit, but
a little bit.
Rafi's got massive power to all fields. He's going to wear out that right center field gap. The Giants are going to love him there, and he's going to put a few in McCovey Cove. Let's call it how it is. The dude.
Yeah, I mean it's a pitcher's park. I mean it's not Yankee Stadium. I mean let's call it that. I mean it's a pitcher's park. I mean it'll tame him down a little, but like I don't think he's going to go down to a 15 home run season guy. I mean he's still going to pop his home runs.
Yeah,
he's going to run into quite a few in that place.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%. Yeah, for me, the state of the Red Sox right now, they have to get rid of Alex Cora. I know the leash. I know their infatuation with him for whatever reason. Other than 2018 and that fluke playoff run in 2021, what has he done for your team? Has he developed anybody? Has he taught defense? No. We've led the league in errors the last 3 years. What does Alex Cora bring to you other than, oh, he's a great players manager? That only gets you so far. If you don't have a guy that can teach the game and put your team in situations to win, what are we even doing? Look at what AJ Hinch is doing in Detroit. That dude has his fingerprint on every single guy. Now, listen, the Tigers are deeper, right? They have more position flexibility, although you could argue the Red Sox have a ton of position flexibility right now. They really do. They have a lot of guys that can play numerous situations or positions, sorry. But AJ Hinch always seems to put his guys in the right situation to succeed. He gives them the best chance to win every night. Alex Cora stays in this linear path and sticks to what doesn't work every night in the hopes that, oh, tonight will be different. He doesn't switch out. He plays the lefty-righty matchup. Okay, my fourth grader that's on my Little League team can be like, oh, I'm going to bat a righty against a lefty here. Like, that's not a managerial decision. That's a tough one. It's management of the bullpen. It's teaching your guys fundamental defense, which we've seemed to lost in the last 3 years, or at least find somebody that can teach your team defense. To me, Alex Cora is the issue here. Like, player relationships aside, at what point do you have to move on from that and find somebody that is going to win you ball games consistently?
Yeah, I mean, I to me, the error thing is like these guys are all big league ball players. Like they can make plays. Like it's mental. They're just not. They're mentally not there. It's spacing out. It's not focusing. It's not watching a ground ball in. It's not setting your feet before you make a throw. It's missing
cuts.
It's,
yeah,
like that's all mental stuff. Like this isn't like the inability to physically do these things. It's mental, and like that starts with a manager. Like it starts with the manager and the coaching staff. Like what are we doing? Are we out there taking infield before games, and are we going through it, or are we just going through the motions, or are we actually teaching these guys through? Like, are we what's in the player meetings? We're having these meetings before series. What are we talking about here? Like, to me, that's manager coaching staff stuff because it's the same thing night in and night out, the same bad errors from the same players.
Yeah. Listen, me personally, Jason Varitek's my favorite player of all time. I just love the dude. I've heard.
I don't think he wants no part of it. I don't think. Yeah.
That's what I've heard. I think he would be a fantastic manager. All these old catchers around the league that are managers because they have managed the game on the field personally. They know what it takes. I think he would be incredible. I don't know. Yeah, the Sox made a choice and chose Cora. If ownership is going to be disinterested, then how hard is it to find a GM who will focus on winning?
It's very hard because no GM wants this job. Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you? This ownership has proven that for some reason, Cora gets the longest leash and the GM gets 2.5 years. Yeah. And if you don't bring a title in 2.5 years, they're firing you and bringing someone else in. If you're a GM, why do you want it?
Chaim Bloom did exactly what he does.
He was hired to do.
Yeah.
You hired him
and
to
then
do
you
exactly what
fired
he
him.
did. And then you fired him.
Uh,
That's my point. Like why would, like, if you're a GM out there, like, why would you want this job?
yeah.
And
Crazy.
particularly when you're the GM, knowing that the manager is going to get none of the blame. It's
Right.
all going to fall on you.
Yeah.
And no matter how many games you lose, people are going to go, oh, well, insert GM name, didn't build a good enough team.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it's going to come down to be. It's not going to be Cora. It's not going to be ownership didn't pay. It's just going to be you, the GM. You screwed up and you aren't good enough. In 2.5 years in, you're out. Find a new job. See ya. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Yadier Molina. And then, hey, if Albert Pujols has a great WBC with a Dominican team that he's managing, I wouldn't even think twice. I'd be like, yep, Albert Pujols on my bench, please. But yeah, we'll get to managers in a second because in a little bit, because I have some that could be on the hot seat too, and we'll kind of run through them as well. But let's take a breath from the Red Sox for a second. We got pretty heated discussion there. Well, after this Aaron Judge tidbit. So Judge, his last 7 plate appearances against Garrett Crochet, 6 straight Ks going into the 9th inning, and then he just hits an absolute moonshot. Listen, Garrett Crochet is nasty, but you can't pump 100 in the same location 3 pitches in a row to Aaron Judge, or he will hit it 1.5 miles. And that's what he did. Down and in with 2 pitches, and on the third one, it was still mano-a-mano. It was great.
Yeah, let's not overthink it, man. Sometimes the best player on the planet is going to be the best player on the planet. like that's just what it is, you know? And Crochet wanted the 9th. You could see that he went to Cora afterwards and said, thank you. Like he asked him for the 9th. Cora said, yes, go get it. He gets Ben Rice to start the inning. His 3 fastest pitches of the night came at pitch 105, 106, and 107.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a really good pitcher against the best hitter. And tip your cap, man. I mean, the best hitter, he's going to do good hitter things. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He's a good hitter.
Yeah. That was a bomb too, but crazy.
It hasn't landed yet.
Yeah, no. So Boston did get a little bit of bullpen help, traded from the Twins. Apparently the Twins fans were calling for this guy to go away for a while, and I said, don't worry, the Sox will take him. So a little bit of bullpen, quote unquote, help, if you will. All right. Now we're done the Red Sox. Sorry. Thanks for hanging with us, chat. Shohei Ohtani reaches 250 career home runs after a 2-home-run game Saturday night. What do you think realistically his career total ends up as? If you could put a number on it.
So he's 250 now. He didn't hit any tonight, right? So he's 250 right now?
I believe so.
No, I mean, not that would matter. Realistically.
And how old are we right now? We are he's 30 years old right now. Almost 31.
So let's call him 31.
And he's got 8 more years on his contract, right?
530.
You think 530?
Yeah, I think he's got another 300-ish in him. To get him to 300, get him to 550.
Yeah.
I'd say 530.
Okay. I mean, I can definitely see that. I mean, we're the last 3 years. I mean, last 5 years, really, we're averaging 40 home runs. So you times that by 8 more years, 9 more years, it's 360 more home runs. You're looking at maybe 600.
Close to 600. And if that's the pace for 9 years, yeah, it's close to 6.
Yeah. 5th fastest player. Yep. John Temple says 515. All right, closest without going over. We're taking Prices Right predictions here. I'm not talking trash. Why would that's a silly comment. But I think he's incredible. I mean, this dude's unreal. I think he gets I think on the low side 550 I think would be the number. Right? Upper side, which I said, if he averages the 40 home runs for the 9, he's got 610-ish. But do we see his offense decline a little bit when he takes the mound in July? Because, I mean, you look at his time in Anaheim, he wasn't hitting 50 home runs. I mean, he was still hitting 40 something. So, I mean, still ridiculous. Like, I mean, the guy's the best.
Probably not. I don't think so. I don't think we see it decline much.
Okay. Yeah,
like, I don't. It's not everyday pitching. He's not starting every game.
Yeah.
You know, like I still think 4 out of every 5 games he's a DH. Like I don't think we see much decline really offensively.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I wonder, how do you think they'll use him in the rotation? I kind of asked the chat last week and Harrison a little bit. I mean, he's not going to pitch every 5th day, right? He can't.
Right. I wouldn't think so. But I'm curious about that too. I really don't know. And they haven't really said, have they?
No, not really. Just that he's going to be able to throw off the mound in July. Or not throw off the mound. He's throwing off the mound now. I mean, like pitch in a game in July.
Come back. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious as to how they use him.
Yeah. I would love to see him as a closer. Honestly. If you want to use his arm in high leverage situations and save him from himself, just go out and throw me 15 pitches, 2 out of 3 nights. And I mean, they have the plethora of starting pitching. Granted, they're all on the IL right now. Maybe that's the issue. But I mean, for me, I think Ohtani coming in the 9th would just be disgusting. I think it would. And you wouldn't lose his bat.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
He needs to close games. Captain's with us. Yeah. I'm with you. And I don't think Roberts would have to play with the lineup too much. He goes into the game, you lose the DH. Oh, shit. You got Shohei. Right. And like, oh, shit, you got Shohei Ohtani hitting in the pitcher spot. Oh, okay. That's a tough one. Like you don't lose anything doing it that way. So,
right.
Yeah. And I'm with you, Leslie. I think he does ultimately end up in the rotation. I mean, you're paying the guy $700 million. You're going to get the most you can out of him. But I just wonder, with 2 elbow surgeries already, how do you preserve this guy? And for me, it's closing games. I don't think he ever will. And I'm with you, John Temple. I don't think that's the role. But I would be thinking about it. That's just me, though. That's the reason I'm sitting here and, the Dodgers are playing baseball out in LA. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Shohei. But
you guys are freak.
it's disgusting. I hate that he's on the Dodgers, but damn, is he fun to watch. It's crazy. Yeah. All right. Zach Wheeler has revealed that when his contract is over in 2027, he will retire. So a pre-retirement, if you will. He'll be 37 years old at the end of his contract. This is the first time I've ever heard a guy really come out and say, like, hey, I'm going to retire in 3 years. I can't remember the last time I've heard a guy just be like, I'm like pre-retiring when my contract's up. Can you? Can you think of it?
No, I can't. Not really. I'm trying to rack my brain here. I can't really either.
Yeah. But so
I mean, you have like you'll have like the final year retirement tour, but not like the 3 years in advance.
Yeah. So yeah, interesting. But thought that was a cool little tidbit, and I didn't know how I really thought about it. But a lot of his teammates are saying that he's still gonna I'll believe it when I see it. That's what a lot of his teammates are saying too. How nuts would it be if Ohtani is the first to be the best hitter, starter, and closer in his career?
You can do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anybody can do it, it's that dude for sure. But
I mean, Smoltz did the starter closer thing. He wasn't a hitter, but
yeah, Eckersley did it, but
Eck did too. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
in real life all the time. Yeah, fair.
Yeah. So all right. Let's get into this one because this one is just absolutely hilarious. So Aaron Savali requested a trade after being demoted to the bullpen, saying he wanted to be a starter promptly. And I mean promptly traded to the White Sox for Andrew Vaughn. Like it was like Savali didn't even get the word out and they were like, you're going to Chicago. He's like, great, the Cubs. And they're like, yeah, no, try again, buddy. You're going to the White Sox. What was your reactions when you saw this story?
Oh, I just laughed. I mean, I just that was my reaction. I mean, it was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, that was funny.
I mean, absolutely crazy. But for me personally, I hate that the bullpen is called a demotion. Right? Like
Yeah.
I get it. If you're a starter, you've started your entire life. I completely understand it. It kind of feels that way. And I guess that's been kind of portrayed in social media is like, oh, you're not good enough to be a starter, so we're just going to throw you in the bullpen. But like, you're still on a major league roster on a pretty decent team. The Brewers compete every year. I kind of hate that term.
But it is.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
but I don't know. Unless you're sent to the bullpen with a very, very specific, like high leverage role. You know, like if you're not getting it done in the rotation and you can't be counted on to go out there once out of every 5 days and pull your own weight and give the team a chance to win, you're being sent to the bullpen essentially as just a guy that we know can eat innings.
The mop-up guy.
Like you don't. Like if you go back there, it's like, hey, you're going to be our high leverage guy. Like when we get into trouble in the 5th or the 6th or the 7th, like you're the guy we go to get us out of it. That's one thing. And you're going in there because you can't be trusted. Yeah, man. I mean, that's a demotion.
Okay, fair enough. And John, this is a great point too. In baseball history, if you didn't start, you rarely pitch. That's why it's been seen as a demotion.
100%. I mean, it's again. I mean, if you go there with a very specific role, one thing. But you're in there as mop-up duty. I definitely would see that as a demotion.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just me that would, I'd do anything to be part of a major league roster at any point in my life. Like, I feel like sometimes these guys take it for granted, and there's a lot of people that listen to the show that have their own baseball shows that love the game of baseball that would have loved the opportunity to throw one pitch,
no question,
play one out. See one pitch in the batter's box, right? And then these guys kind of take it for granted sometimes. And with the opportunity to win, you're not going to have an opportunity to win with the White Sox at all.
Not in this lifetime.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, his reaction was, oh, great. I get to play with a team who gets players and instantly bad. Yeah, I mean, White Sox, that's going to be a tough team to go to. But he's going to start. So he got his wish, I guess.
He got his wish.
Yeah. Now it's demotion to bullpen catcher. That's the next step for him. Brutal.
So that's got to be the best gig, dude. Bullpen catcher, no responsibilities, no pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Travel with the team.
Yep.
You get to be part of the atmosphere. You just catch a couple of bullpen sessions. That's a gig.
Yeah. I mean, your knees are toast by 33, but
that's a gig.
Yeah. So yeah. Agreed, Nick. Listen to MLB players complain about stuff like this is trash. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I worked my ass off to be as good as I was at baseball all the time. Didn't quite have it. I mean, these guys have elite talent. It is, and it's tough for everyday fans, even diehard fans, to listen to these guys complain about being on a major league roster. I think that's the thing I kind of take from it. But I mean, I get it. Everybody gets disgruntled when they work sometimes, right? They always do stuff they don't want to. Like, I get it, but it's still a tough look. So Jacob Mizorowski, this dude's debut was insane. He hit 102 numerous times, no hits through his first 5 innings, and then left with leg cramps. So didn't hydrate. Way to go, Rook. But
eat a banana.
Exactly. But this is why Savali got demoted to the bullpen, because it was like, dude, we can't keep this kid in AAA anymore. This guy
is rightfully so.
Even very much so.
Rightfully so. This guy is insane.
Yeah. So I mean, straight gas. They couldn't touch him. So it's going to be interesting to see what his next start looks like now that the MLB has tape on him. Because, like, listen, once these guys get up and these teams get tape on certain pitchers, they can start making like serious game plans against these guys. And everybody in the MLB can hit high velocity now. It's got to be his secondary stuff that's off the charts. That's the reason they couldn't hit him. But that was the reason for the Savali demotion and ultimately the trade. Yeah, rookie mistake. Yeah. All right. So after the Savali trade, rumors are that the Brewers might look to move Peralta and capitalize on a return. So my question to you, Sean, is do you think we'll see a lot of movement this deadline? Or are teams kind of too bunched up in the wild card race with so many teams making the playoffs now that we won't see much shuffling around on rosters?
Yeah, let me see real quick here. I should have had this up already. Hold on. I'm just pulling up the wild card standings right now.
Yeah, you're good.
So the American League, we got Rays, Jays, and Mariners are in it now. Twins, Sox are a half game out. Rangers, Guards are a game out. Royals and Angels are 3. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the American League within 3 games. And then the National League, Phillies, Giants, Dads, Brewers are a game and a half. Cincy's 3, St. Louis is 3, Arizona's 3.5. So it's a little bit more bunched up in the American League. But even in the National League, you got 4 teams within 3.5 games.
Yeah.
I lean towards seeing some names out there, like seeing some moves. I just you have to be certain though that the move you make is going to make you a better ball club.
Right. Agree.
And I think we might see a lot of dipping our toes in the water and seeing a lot of rumors out there. I don't know how many deals actually get done. Big deals. You're always going to have those auxiliary deals, those kind of on the fringe deals.
Right.
How many big deals actually get done? I don't know how many we see just because you got to be sure.
Yeah.
Right. Like right now in the National League, Milwaukee's 1.5 out. So they're the first ones, on the outside looking in.
Right.
If you're going to trade away Peralta, you best make sure that it's a win.
Yeah, you have to.
It can't be a deal of hey, we're going to trade away Peralta and hopefully the guys can help us this year, but they're definitely going to help us in the next 2 years.
Right.
So I don't know. But there's also teams like John said here, Twins could take him to fill in the Pablo Lopez being out. You're going to see those types of teams are going to actually probably overpay for maybe a guy like a Freddie Peralta. So I think you'll see a few deals. I just don't know how many huge names are going to go.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I mean, looking at the standings, right? I mean, the teams that I would say are out of it right now. I mean, the Braves are the closest, if that makes any sense. They're 8 games out. Nationals are 9.5, Marlins 10.5, Pirates 11.5, 25.5 for the Rockies. Is there anybody on those rosters that you would see teams kind of calling about? I mean, I don't think anybody on the Braves would move. I think the Braves they've locked all their guys up. I don't think they would move too many of their guys because, they want their guys for the future or they wouldn't have locked them all up. Emmanuel Rodriguez
we would have said that about Rafi.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fair. That's completely fair. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody on those teams. The Nationals are young. They have all those guys under control.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And that's the thing about the Nationals is I'd love to see a guy like Mackenzie Gore go, but why would the Nationals get rid of him? I mean, he's under control to what, 2028 or whatever it is. I mean,
there's no way.
They're not going to, but I'd love to see a guy like him go to a Cincinnati or go to a Boston. I mean, Boston will never do that. But give me a team that's on the outside looking in, and they need a guy like that.
Yeah.
But
what about
Washington would never do that?
I know he's had a terrible year, but Sandy Alcantara. So I know the talks of him have kind of died down quite a bit. He's sitting at a 7 ERA last time I checked. It's not good.
Not great.
Does he get dealt? And does a team take a chance on him. That's like a bubble playoff team. And they're like, hey, this isn't going to cost us much to get him because he's had a terrible year, but the upside is worth the risk.
Yeah, I mean, he's also under contract till 2027.
Okay.
So it was a 5-year, 56 extension he signed. It includes a club option for 2027, $2 million buyout. So I mean, he's got a couple years of control. I mean, the guy's got stuff. If it's a change of scenery, if he needs just maybe a new voice in his head, I mean, he could unlock some things. He's got the stuff.
Yeah, Sonny Gray is an interesting one for me because I don't know where I stand with the Cardinals at this point either. Like they're around it. They're not far out of it.
Yeah, 3 games out, 2 games over 500, 3 games out of the wild card.
And they're third in the division, right? Yes. Yeah, they'll be third in the division. So I don't
fourth in the division. Right? Because you got the Cubs and then the Brewers.
Oh, I didn't see the Reds up there. Yeah. Good. No. Yeah, fourth. So I mean, maybe. I don't know. The Cardinals have been up in second place and fourth in the last week. So I mean, that NL Central's tight other than the bottom. But I mean, possibly. I don't know. What about in the AL? The Athletics are the second worst team, and they're only 8.5 out of the wild card. Like we still have 2 months before the trade deadline. I mean, I don't believe in the A's. I love the offense, but is there anybody on that team that you could see?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Again, like I like the idea of their offense. They have a negative 113 run differential. Like, I don't know how much you can love the offense with that kind of run differential.
It's because the pitching gives up 15 runs a game.
Buddy, negative 113.
I mean, it's bad. I get it, but how many runs scored did they have?
Where are we at?
Runs scored. They've got 425. Oh no,
that's
sorry,
runs
312.
Runs scored 312.
Which is middle of the pack.
Fourth. It'd be fourth. It would be. So Yankees are at 370. Sox are at 353.
Yeah, they're above the middle of the pack.
Detroit 351, Tampa 325, and then the A's right there at 312. Yeah.
So I mean,
I mean, the runs against 425 blows everyone else out of the water.
Yeah, well, that ballpark is killing them on the pitching side. That's a homer dome there.
Colorado's given up 442 runs.
Is that good?
442 runs.
Yeah, that's
goodness gracious.
Pretty brutal. But is there any talent on the Athletics or the White Sox? Could we see Luis Robert go at the deadline from the White Sox?
We've been talking about this for 7 years.
We have, legit.
No, dude just doesn't go anywhere. He's never traded.
No.
He's the guy, dude. He's the guy, and this is no exaggeration. He's the guy we talk about every year for 5 years. Is he going to go? Where is he going to go? This is the year.
Yeah, and it was like it seemed like a done deal with the Phillies last year. It seemed like he was going, and then he just was there on August 1st, and we're like, okay, never mind. I mean, the White Sox were at 26 wins at that point? Like, yeah, I mean, brutal. I mean, the Rockies had to lead the league in something.
It's not errors. The Red Sox took that from them. It's not errors.
Yeah, God. Lord. But yeah, I don't. The White Sox are interesting because I think they are ahead of where we thought they were going to be. Honestly, we look at last year and we're like, where do they even go? Where do they even start? And getting Teal and Meadroth back in that Garrett Crochet deal seemed to have sparked a little bit. I mean, granted, their record's still terrible. I'm not saying they're great, but I think they're in better shape moving forward than what we originally thought they were going to be initially coming out of that season. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would. I mean, it's really hard to also really kind of evaluate what a Will Venable is doing on the bench because it's hard. I mean, Mark Kotze, I think almost like he did a really nice job with a really not a good roster and earned himself. Yeah. And it's like not all guys can do that. Like it's really difficult to kind of evaluate what he's doing in Chicago being Will Venable. Like I don't know. I mean, I think those two guys are great pieces and they're up there at the major league level already and they seem to be holding their own. I mean, Kyle Teal, by the way, did you see him score from first on that double? Guy's got wheels, huh?
Yeah.
He can motor pretty good for a catcher.
There's a couple guys for catchers that can go.
He was scooting.
Yeah. I think we're going to start seeing that too. More athletic catchers for sure.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. I hope so. I don't know. I mean, I guess to answer your question, yes. I would say that they're probably better off. Like, if you asked me on June 15th last year, like, I think they're better now than what I thought they would have been on June 15th, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you know absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. They're further ahead than where we thought they were going to be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's talk about my Arizona Diamondbacks for a hot minute. To me, this team mirrors the Boston Red Sox in the NL. Like, they can score a bunch of runs, can't prevent them. But this offense, I am glued to this offense every night. This is one of my favorite players going right now, Geraldo Perdomo. He just comes up with big hit after big hit, so steady. But they entered the ninth inning down 7-3 against the Padres, came back to walk it off 8-7. And as much as the pitching has let them down, offense is bailing them out to keep them afloat in the NL West. I still ultimately don't think that they'll get over the hump of the NL West here. There's just too much talent, too many teams playing great baseball. Their pitching is going to ultimately be their downfall, I believe. But they've made 3 5+ run comebacks in the last 3 weeks. It's insane. Yeah. This offense is crazy.
Yeah, and they got fight in them. Like they don't roll over. So it's like it's a team you don't really want to face. Just because it's like they never let you put that last nail in the coffin.
No. But they're both games. The one against the Braves when they were down 6 or whatever going into the ninth.
Yeah.
And then this one, both times I went back and watched the ninth inning. And I knew the outcome. And it was like, there's no way they win this game. Like, there's no possible way. They're down to 2 strikes with 2 outs. They still have 4 runs to score. There's nobody on base. What? And then all of a sudden, it's just like on 3 consecutive pitches, it's double, triple, games tied. And you're just like, holy crap, what just happened? And that's what they do. They just ambush you. And like you said, it's down to the last strike. You have to earn it. But
man, you do. I mean, it's again, it's just it's a team that I heard that too. It's weird. They're a team that, like, if you're playing well, you don't want to face them because they can be ones that like hang 2 out of 3 on you real quick and kind of send you back to earth. If they're a team, if you're struggling, they're a team you don't want to face because you could go from high to low real quick against them. Like you don't like it's a team you just don't feel comfortable playing against just because the offense is just so they never give in. No. They never give in. They are a impressive offense to watch.
Yeah. So Justin Martinez, this has been a huge issue for the Diamondbacks this year is the bullpen. They have too many injuries. Shelby Miller's their closer now, who's done a pretty good job, but it's getting to Shelby Miller. So after coming back off the IL, he had an inflamed shoulder. He's diagnosed with UCL. He's going under Tommy John with Corbin Burns. So Justin Martinez came back. I was watching the game. He was like the middle of the 9th inning, elbow popped, walked off the mound. That's it until, 15 months down the road. But so back to the rumor mill here. Mike Hazen says that many teams are calling to check on the status of the D-backs and if anyone's going to be available. So Zach Gallen's in a contract year. He can be a free agent. Teams are going to check on Gino Suarez. He's on pace for 45 homers. That dude just hit another mammoth tank this afternoon. It was like 470 feet. So what's mentioned, Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen, Gino Suarez, Randall Grichuk, and Josh Naylor are all mentioned. So Naylor still has, we checked it at the beginning, he still has one more year of arbitration after this. So it could be a trade bait, have a year and a half of control of Josh Naylor for a team. Do you see any of these guys moving, considering where the Diamondbacks are in the standings? Or do you think they hang on to all of them and try to make a run?
What are they, 3.5 back?
They are
3.5, yeah. 3.5 out of the wild card spot.
Yeah. Probably depends on what the next month looks like, right? I mean, till All-Star break.
Yeah, I mean, contrary to what Craig Breslow thinks, you don't have to trade guys today. Like you can take other calls. Like it doesn't have to be done today. Yeah, I mean, I think they got to play it out. I mean, you look at, I'm thinking specifically Suarez, right? That's a big bat that, again, a lot of teams could use a bat like that. But, I mean, you're waving the white flag if you trade him away.
Yeah. Right.
So, like, I wouldn't be in any rush. I mean, sure, I'm picking up the phone every time it rings, and I'm having conversations, and I'm seeing what I can get back. I'm seeing what people are offering. I don't know if I'm in any rush. I don't know if I'm not racing to the, to the fax machine to send the trade in. But, yeah, I'm listening to all the calls. I could see those guys going, a couple of them. I could see Naylor going. I mean, Naylor's a guy, too, who I don't even know why. Like, he looks like a guy that gets traded at the trade deadline. Like, it makes no sense. I don't even know what I mean by that, but I feel like people know what I mean.
Josh Bell 2.0.
Yeah, he just looks like a guy that's like, you know what? Like, he gets traded. He's just a guy that gets traded at the deadline. I don't know. It makes no sense, but
yeah,
I don't see them trading Suarez, and I don't see them trading Gallen.
Yeah, Gallen's had a horrific year. He has not had a good year.
He has, but we know who he is. We know what he can do.
Yep.
I don't see them trading Gallen. I don't see them trading Suarez. I could see Naylor going. Maybe Merrill Kelly. I don't know how hot the stove is for him.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's got to be, but Merrill Kelly, it's got to be the right team with it's got to be the right fit. You know, he's not a guy that Merrill Kelly to me is not a guy who transcends fit. Like he's got to fit in a very specific place in a rotation with the right club, or else he's just a guy.
Yeah, that's fair. Josh Naylor this year, he's hitting 300. He's got 9 homers. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he's gonna give you a steady bat.
But the power's you would have thought he'd have more. That single-digit home runs now on Father's Day is not enough for him.
No, I agree. I think he's never really been a huge power guy though. 31 last year, so I mean, but 20, 17. So like he's kind of
I guess he's on pace for those. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, last year was his most at 31, and that was kind of an outlier year compared to the others. But I mean, he's gonna give you. He comes up with huge hits for them all the time. And I mean, how can you not in that lineup though? I mean, that lineup just rakes. So, I listen, buddy. We're all with you. Honestly, you gotta go back after we're done live and watch our Devers stuff. It is Red Sox has joined the chat. Yeah, I mean the whole Devers thing and is absolute mess. Go back earlier in the show after we're off, and you can definitely see it. We spelt it all out, but we're with you 1,000%. It's something had to have changed there. I had said it was either Core or Devers, and apparently they chose Devers to go. So. It is what it is. Yeah, but sorry. It's brutal. All right. Christian Moore with the Angels calling up his prospect and signing Lamont Wade Jr. Are they considered to be a credible threat in the AL West? And then this stat of this was crazy. He debuted Saturday night against Charlie Morton, who was drafted the year Moore was born. So Charlie Morton was drafted the year Christian Moore was born.
No, they're not a credible threat.
You don't think the Angels are credible?
This year?
This year. Can they make a push for the wild card? 3 games back.
Oh yeah, I mean they're 3 games back for the wild card, yes. But the way you said it, are they a threat of the AL West? They're not.
Oh
winning.
no. The Astros
They're
are
not
on a
threat
heater
to
right now.
Yeah, like they're not winning the division. Could they make a? I mean, I guess they could. Like, who do you trust on that team?
Who do I trust on that team?
Yes.
Uh,
Like when it's time to put your nuts on the table. Like who in the lineup? Who on the mound? Like who are you trusting?
I don't know. I don't know if I have one. I mean,
Yeah,
Mike Trout is if he's healthy.
But if he's healthy, yes. If he's healthy, yes.
So that's why I'm saying
Yes.
I can't trust him, because you can't
Agreed.
trust that he's healthy.
100% agreed. Which is why I'm just saying, sitting here on June 15th, like, yeah, they're 3 games out, but like they're going to have to play consistently winning baseball over the next 3 months.
Yeah.
I don't know. Could they? Sure. I just don't. I'm not picking them.
Yeah.
I'm not picking them.
Yeah. I mean, I ultimately, I don't think I'm picking them either. I mean, they're still the Angels. The West to me is still sort of wide open, I guess. I think ultimately it comes down to a 2-team race between the Mariners and Astros. I think the Rangers are out. I don't think they can. I mean, they're 1 game out of the wild card, but like they can never stay healthy. I don't think they're credible. You think Trout's going to the Giants or Phillies? I mean, I could see the Phillies for sure. We've been saying that for the last 3 years too, but I don't think Trout's going anywhere. But it just seems like the Angels are making moves to try to compete. And I think that's why, like, as Red Sox fans, like, we've wanted our organization to do for years, and they just haven't done it. Like, these little tiny moves here and there is what makes your team better, to like show your fan base is like, hey, we're trying, we're making moves, like signing Darno, signing Soler, like even signing Kyle Hendricks. Does Kyle Hendricks move the needle? No, but he eats innings. He gets guys out. You signed Yusei Kikuchi, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you signed him. So you're showing like you want to compete. You want to move forward with your organization.
I liked some of their young guys too. I like Shanuel. I like Neto. I like O'Hoppe.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah.
I like Taylor Ward. Like I like some of their young players. And this is Neto looks like the real deal. Sure does. I mean,
Joe Adell has been really good lately.
Yeah. It's a team that they're relying on young guys. So when I say who do you trust, it's like, maybe those guys are guys you trust in a couple of years. It's just right now, it's like they're really young and they're just relying on these young guys and Trout.
Jansen's been pretty decent in the back end of the bullpen this year. He's closed out all the games for them.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, that's a good question to kind of fire back at me, is like, who do you trust? Because I don't have an answer for that. They're too youthful.
But it's only because they're so young. It's not because their roster is littered with guys you can't trust. It's their roster is littered with guys you just don't know if you can trust them.
Right. And that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
I'd like to see it. I mean, listen, if we have an opportunity to watch Neto and O'Hoppe and Taylor Ward and Shanuel, if we have a chance to watch them in big moments and they come through, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Do I think Joyce is getting mentored by Jansen to inherit that role? I mean, probably at some point. I know Joyce has been on the IL all year, so he's coming back. But Devers got moved for a bag of chips. The Angels should have rented. Hope to move off from Rendon. I mean, yeah, Rendon's I can't with that one, but
best contract ever.
Definitely the most bang for their buck for sure. Yeah. I mean, Ben Joyce is I think that's Ben Joyce's role for the future for sure. I mean, does Jansen retire after this year? I mean, it looks like he still has it. Does he have another year in him? Maybe. I don't know.
He looks all right, though.
Yeah, he does.
He looks all right.
Yeah. This one, I don't think we will ever see Trevor Bauer in the MLB anymore. I think this is this is done at this point. I mean, he's what, 34, 35?
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't think a team would now sign him mid-year at the deadline and take a flyer on him. I really don't. I think the MLB has moved on from Trevor Bauer, and they're not even going to think about giving that guy a look anymore. But all right. I'm asking you this question, Sean, and the chat, obviously, like always. Any more managers on the hot seat? So I have Cora, I have Lavello, I have Snicker, I have Marmol, and I have Kapler. Are any of these guys on the hot seat right now? I mean, we had our big manager firing, our typical May firing early in the year. We had, the bottom 3 teams all fired their managers, the Orioles, the Pirates, and the Rockies. Do we see any more of these guys get canned at this point in the season, or will they wait until the season's over?
Season's over, I think.
Okay.
And I'll add one to it. Not that necessarily he's on the hot seat right now. If the Cubs don't win the division, Counsell might be out.
Really? You think so?
No, I don't think so. But I only say that because what do they got? A 5-game lead right now, or 5.5, 6? What are they at? 5.5.
Yeah.
They got a 5.5 lead against Milwaukee. It's the best Cubs team we've seen in a long time.
Yes, for sure.
It's the best Cubs team we've seen in a long time. The trade for Tucker has looked like a great trade. He fits so perfectly in that ballpark, in that lineup. The lineup is nasty. If they blow this, I could see it. I don't think so, but I could see it.
I mean, you just signed him to the biggest managerial contract ever. I think they'll hang on to him, but
now he becomes the guy though that can't win the division, because how many years in Milwaukee did he just not be able to win the division? Couldn't come through. Couldn't do it in the postseason. I mean, they did win divisions. I mean, he did win divisions,
but he lost in the first round of the playoffs.
But couldn't he's now the guy that just can't win when it matters.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
I don't think so. And it's just kind of a little tongue in cheek. But if they blow this and they don't win the division, I wouldn't be totally shocked if the Cubs go shopping for another manager.
Yeah. Is it possible the Rockies can can the new guy as well? If you're going to be historic, be historic. Anybody ever fired 2 managers in one season? I don't know. That's a good one. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm sure one team in history has done that before. But once the Braves are eliminated from contention.
It's got Steinbrenner written all over it too.
Oh, for sure.
Firing 2 guys in 1 year.
Yeah.
And then bringing one back just to fire him again.
Yeah. Once the Braves are eliminated from contention, I think when Snicker will go. That's a fair prediction. I agree, especially with all the stuff with Acuna and stuff when he was on his way back. It's weird. Locally, Baldelli is, but he shouldn't be. That said, if the team has a September collapse again, he'll be gone. Okay. Yeah. And then we got another vote for Snicker in here. They don't move off from the manager very often. That's a good point. I mean, they tend to stick with their guys for a long period of time.
They're like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They just don't fire head coaches.
Yeah. Yeah. You can just sit here until you decide to just hang them up and spend time with your family. But which for Bobby Cox, that was never. So, yeah. I mean, for me, what do you think about these guys that I've listed other than Snicker? Do you think at the end of the season, are they, just give me a yes or no, are they still a manager, Alex Cora?
Reluctantly, yes.
Ugh. Torey Lavello.
I like Cora, and I've been on the show for years being I'm a Cora guy, but enough is enough at this point.
I'm with you. I say if the Red Sox don't make the playoffs, he's out. Torey Lavello.
I haven't watched enough Diamondbacks, to be honest with you, to confidently say I like him. I mean, I think he's a good baseball guy. I think he's a good manager. I mean, you saw what he did a couple of years ago. I mean, the guy. So I don't know. Is it when you watch this team, are you looking at this being what are we doing managerial wise, or are you looking at this being he's given a broken roster?
I'm looking at Lavello saying you can't manage injuries.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
his bullpen and starting rotation has just
decimated.
gone decimated, and you can't manage with that. You can do the best you can, but like ultimately,
Over 500 right now. I mean,
yeah, no, agree. And your offense is bailed you out. You can roll that offense out in your sleep. It doesn't matter who hits where; they're going to put up 10 runs a game. But
right.
when you have your ace on the IL, Merrill Kelly was out for a chunk of time. Your closer's out. AJ Puck's your
Gallen's been bad.
Yeah, AJ Puck has been your high leverage guy. He's out with Tommy John, or like he's out for a long time. I mean, you're just decimated. So I think the Diamondbacks stick with him.
Yeah.
Snicker in or out?
Out.
Marmol.
I don't know. I'm going to say out.
Okay. I mean, it feels like we've been kind of bringing his name up almost every year for the Cardinals.
It feels different this year, though. Like I actually don't hate them this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, like I think he's done okay, but I don't know. Is okay? Has he been like they should be more than okay now? I don't know. That's a weird one for me.
Yeah, same with me. I don't watch a lot of Cardinals games, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
So I don't know the feel for them. But I'll say he stays just because I don't know. And then Gabe Kapler. Now, the Twins injury history too. Does he keep getting a pass?
No, he's out.
Okay, fair enough. I think I agree with all those. Chad says pitching injuries will give Lovello another year. Yeah, absolutely. But he
could be the first one gone next year, though. Yeah, it could be like first one gone next year.
Yeah,
I could definitely see that. Definitely see that.
Yep, absolutely. All right. And this whole managerial thing comes to the last thing I have before trivia is Davey Martinez says that the 7-game losing streak is never on the manager and coaches. What are your thoughts about that statement?
Go back one more. I'm going to add Davey Martinez list to that name to that list. Like, what the hell kind of comment is that?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. It's never.
Yeah, never on the coaches. So he's ultimately saying
seven game win streaks then.
Yeah, also not on the manager.
You have nothing to do with win streaks then.
Apparently not.
Right.
So yeah, he's saying.
So why do we even keep records?
Or managerial records for that offense.
Red Sox
front office would agree with him.
Yes, 1,000%. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
quote Davey Martinez, quote Craig Breslow.
And not Pistex comments there. I oh, sorry. Just choked on my own words. I essentially get what he's trying to say, right? And he's saying it poorly. I think ultimately he's trying to say, hey, I put the best lineup on the field.
Sorry.
I put the best lineup on the field every night. It's up to these guys to go play, right? Yep. But that's not how this comes across at all. Like, this comes off as just like, hey, I'm doing my job. Those guys aren't doing theirs. That's just a terrible message. Maybe the tone's different in the clubhouse, but the way it came across the media was just like, whoa, dude. What? That's where I kind of took that. I mean, how do you take it? The same way? Or do you think
I
it's
take it
kind
as
of like,
I had my guy. I covered my guy. Like that's
yeah.
But imagine if this comes from I'm trying to choose my words carefully here. Do you have more to say? I got to think about how I want to phrase this.
No,
I don't want to come off as
just let it fly. We don't care.
I was that the exact quote?
It was said.
Do you have the exact quote?
I don't have the exact quote, but he said it was never on the coaches. Let's see if I can find it real quick. He said, let's see. Yeah, he says it's never on the coaches. Let's see, pulling up the article right now. It's never on coaching. Martinez says, never on coaching. Coaches work their asses off every single day. We're not going to finger point here and say it's coaches. It's never on the coaches. They work hard. The message is clear. All the work is done prior. So sometimes they have to go out there and play the game. It's always been about the players. Always.
Which on its face, I agree with, right? Players win games.
Right. But
if you're managing a team, and again, it all goes on vibes in the clubhouse. And Davey Martinez has been doing this for a while. So like, it's not like this is like a first year manager. Like, this guy's been around. If the vibe in the clubhouse is that, like, you know, we need days off, man, or like some guy just needs to be sat, or like this guy that you continually bring out of the bullpen, just he needs a blow, and you're going out of your way to not do what's needed, then it is on you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so to sit there and be like, it's never on the coaches. Well, like, I'm not going to finger point, but it's never on us, which means it's always on you. So we are finger pointing. We're just going to finger point the other way.
Right. Which tells you that you're also a perfect manager and never make mistakes. If you're saying something like this, it's never my fault. It's always you guys always mess it up.
Right. I always pull the right strings. You guys just don't get it done when it matters. So it's very bizarre.
It is. And this is a great point, John. Like, I don't have a handle on the clubhouse. I'm not there, but this team is crazy young. Like, is this a message you want to send to your young kids that, like, hey, essentially you guys are out on your own.
Suck.
You suck and you're out on your own. Like, we work our asses off. We're doing our part, but you guys aren't. Like, a lot of kids, especially nowadays, I mean, you teach. Sometimes you can't be hard with these kids because what do? They shut down immediately, like instant. They're not as tough as kids have been in prior generations. And I'm not trying to stereotype generations. That's just how it is. Right? I mean, if you're tough on most kids now, they completely shut down. And I don't know if these guys would be much different, really. They're a young team. It sounds way worse when you read the actual quote. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't. Yeah. And it's a way it gives the locker room.
Someone in the chat had said it sounds like he's trying. Here it is. Sounds like he's trying to call his team out, but fell flat. It does. Yeah. I mean, it is what it sounds like. But it's like, listen, man, like, what a horrible way to call your team out. You can call your team out and be like, hey, man, we're not getting it done, right? All of us. Coaches aren't pulling the right strings. Players aren't coming big in big moments. Like, there's a way to call the team out. To sit there and be like, hey, man, it's never my fault. It's always on you. It's just bizarre. Yeah. That's a bizarre way to call your boys out.
Yeah. And I mean, you can say it in such a more positive light. It's like, hey, we could all do better. Like, players can play better. I can manage better. We got to get it done. We're not getting the job done. That comes across way more inclusive and team-oriented than just pointing the blame at the players. Now, I see where you're coming from with this quote, John. You know, he's saying that the manager and coaches aren't wrong enough to cause a 7-game losing streak. Okay, maybe that's the case. But I think we just got to choose our words more carefully.
That I would agree with.
Yeah.
That's a quote I would agree with.
Yeah.
Yes, like it's a 7-game losing streak, or whatever the X number of games, whatever it is. In this case, it's 7, right? Like, that's never solely on the manager and coaches. That I agree with.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to be like, we never do anything wrong. That's a bizarre quote.
Yeah. Yeah. Calling out effort publicly never ends well. This is a moment that needed to be behind closed doors. Yeah. I mean, I'm that type of guy too. Like, hey, don't call me out publicly. Like, I make plenty of mistakes. Pull me off to the side. Talk to me one-on-one. Don't embarrass me in front of my peers like that, please. or in front of the entire fan base and nation like you did. So
yeah, what have they dropped? They
tough.
dropped 8 in a row now.
Yeah. So, but they're crazy young. You're going to have stretches like that if you're the Washington Nationals. That NL League period. I said league twice because NL and then league. I said National League.
I got you.
Whatever. Like, is a gauntlet. Like, there's not a lot of automatic wins on the schedule for any team.
They got the
to be
Rockies.
honest.
They got the Rockies coming up next.
So they'll lose 11 straight. The Rockies will go in there and sweep them.
Yeah, they could get off the schneid here.
Yeah, but I mean, essentially, you know what I'm saying. Like the NL East, talented. NL Central, talented. NL really West, good. Forget it. Right? So, I mean, where do you get your wins? Like, you're a young team. You're going to have these growing pains. You're going to. But to just call them out like that is a little harsh for me. Yeah, it's a little tough. It's a tough look. But all right, here we go. I got 6 MLB trivia questions for you, Sean, to end the show. Here is the first one. Where did these guys go to college? Can you see who they are in the picture?
No,
I got Aaron Bummer. I got Darren Erstad. I got Matt Waldron. I got Spencer Schallenbach. Darren Erstad should give it away. Because he also punted for this team.
Oh.
No, he's
Is that
not.
right?
There's no way.
I don't know. Where'd Darren Erstad go? Was it like Indiana?
You're close. Not Florida. It's a good guess. They were a powerhouse football team in the 90s. Like, really powerhouse. Not Stanford. It's a good guess.
Colorado?
Not Colorado. You're in the right geographical area-ish.
Oh, Nebraska.
It is Nebraska. Yeah, the Cornhuskers. Wow. It does say Shohei Ohtani expected to pitch for the Dodgers this week. It said they'll most likely make his pitching debut. Wow. Will be the starting pitcher for Los Angeles Dodgers tomorrow night against the San Diego Padres on X. Wow. That's all right. Well, Ohtani's making his start tomorrow. Wild. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I kid you not, just popped up on my ESPN app. I wasn't trying to doubt you. I mean, I guess I was. That's why I had to look it up myself. But all right. Anyways, sorry, John. All right. Next one. Who is this MLB silhouette? Who's batting stance?
Current or former player?
Former player.
Kind of like a Knobloch-y.
It is exactly.
Is it Knobloch?
Chuck Knobloch. Yes. Nice job, Chuck Knobloch. All right. Next one. This is a layup. Which brothers once played up the middle with each other while on the Baltimore Orioles?
The Ripkins?
Yeah, it is the Ripkins. Yep. Cal and Billy Ripken. Played quite a while together up the middle there, too. So, pretty cool. All right. Give me the first name in common. Guillen, Pena, Lee,
Carlos,
Zambrano, Gonzalez, and Gomez. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. And their dad was the manager during that time. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yes, Carlos is the answer for that one for sure. All right. Name the Marlins and Rays player. In his 17-year career, this reliever compiled 3 All-Star appearances while saving 327 games for 12 different teams. Tilted his hat to the side to pay homage to his father.
Played for the Tigers too, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he played. I
Yeah,
mean, he played for
yeah.
everybody.
God, I'm picturing this guy's face. Yes, Fernando Rodney.
Yes, nice.
Thank you, chat. I was picturing this guy's face.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Fernando Rodney is correct. Yep, nice job. Chad got it first that time. Got in ahead of the old John Carter. Chad.
Yep.
Yep. So Chad got it in right before the former Jeopardy champ here. So nice. Nice. Yep. Everybody got it. Captain got it too. The Archer. Yep, that's right. After every save, he would arch. Yep. Nice. All right. What is the name of this minor league team?
No clue. I'm gonna need the chat on this one.
Does anybody know the name of this team? This one's a hard one. They're a single A team, single A.
Single A, yeah.
And they are
what affiliate?
They are affiliate of the. I think they're the Orioles, the single A Orioles. Yes, single A.
The colors would play.
Yep. So single A Orioles. Demonic Ducks. That's a good guess. Dover Pelicans. Also a good guess. Not them. I only know one person who would know this. Nick, care to answer? Yes, I do know this because they talk about my hat collection almost every week.
Yeah,
because I wear a different one.
Yeah.
This is the Delmarva Shorebirds. So it's single A.
I'm supposed to know that.
You weren't, but
what the hell is Delmarva?
It's somewhere on the East Coast. But
okay.
John, I do not have their hat yet, but it is in the mail. So it is in the mail. They are not in the Carolina League. No. All right. That is all I had for tonight. So
usually I get my ass kicked by trivia. I actually did all right.
Yes, you did. It was happy. Y'all happy about Devers? Happy he's out, not happy with the return. So ultimately, no, not really. I guess.
Well, and it's a double-edged sword, and we said it at the beginning, but I would only be happy if he's out if I got a good return.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I didn't hate the guy. I didn't hate the player. And it's not like you were losing games because of the player. Like that. So it's very bizarre. Like if you get back the return that you're supposed to get for a Devers, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I just so for me, I think the timing is strange, but it kind of in a way tells me that maybe there wasn't many calls on Devers. And it was the only team that was like, yeah, we'll take the only contract. Because why else would you trade him after a 5-game win streak when like your team looks like you're rolling? Unless it was like, oh, here's my opportunity. Somebody's going to take the whole thing. I better go now.
Yeah, I agree that taking the whole contract was paramount for them. I agree with that fully. Mm-hmm.
Because it does set you up for free agency this year for potential pieces coming up to fill in the holes around the young guys. And who knows if Bregman's going to opt out. I mean, there's rumors out there saying that he's thinking about opting out. So yeah, John, I hope you have the best time at this game. I can't wait for you to send pictures. We'll definitely post them on the page if you let us. And I'll give you photo credit for it and all that stuff, of course. But have fun at that game. That's going to be a fun one. Or you can just FaceTime me, and so I'm kind of sitting there watching it with you. That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't, as much as it does feel like a quick trigger, like it doesn't at the same time, because I feel like, it's like, oh, hey, we just won 5 straight. Devers just destroyed the Yankees in the race for us. Giants, do you want them? I mean, maybe they're selling high. I don't know. But I'm with you. The return is a kick in the junk. It really is.
Yep.
But maybe that was the best package that was out there at the time. And how long has he been calling?
I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that.
I do too. I do. But yeah, and ultimately it is a money move. 1,000% it's a money move, and it gets rid of your headache. So it's all, you're killing two birds with one stone there. You're solving the money issues and you're getting rid of the headache. I don't know. I mean, I think we've kicked this Devers horse to death at this point.
Yeah.
Until and who knows? Next couple of days, there still could be more details that come out. Right? Because one side's going to talk. Devers isn't going to keep his mouth shut. He gets to the Giants.
Which game? 1, 2, or 3 does he walk it off on us?
All three.
All three.
All three. All three. I mean,
good Lord.
Imagine that. Ugh.
Oh, he'll walk off at least one. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. And this is what I was thinking, Chad, too, was like they had that big talk in KC, and maybe Devers didn't live up to his end of the bargain, a week or so after. And then the Cassis injury happened, and then maybe that was that. Ownership's like, okay, now it's time to start calling. I don't know. But yeah, and sometimes it just, I'm with you. So, all right. Well, that's all I had for tonight. Sean, do you have anything else to add? I mean, we went through a lot of stuff, but anything else?
No, man. I was happy to be back, man. I'm glad I could fill in. It was good to sit down and talk baseball with you guys again. I know it's been a little while, but no, I was happy to fill in. It was great.
No, Harrison's he's activated from the IL. He's back. He's catching up on some family stuff. You'll see him for Jeopardy. He's going to be like, well, I guess Wheel of Fortune would be Vanna White, but he's going to be my Vanna White kind of on Wednesday for Jeopardy night, week 2. So you'll see Harrison Wednesday and Thursday, catching up on family stuff, like I said. So Sean has been a huge part of our podcast, like when we started it off. So you're going to see him pop in temporarily. But I really appreciate you coming on, filling in for Harrison. It's always great talking to you about your views in baseball and stuff like that. So
hell yeah, man. Really anytime. Give me the call. I'm always happy to jump on with you boys.
Yes, absolutely. And yes, and happy Father's Day to everybody out there. I don't even think I said that. Devers has thrown me for a loop here. So yeah. Oh, thank you. He's my Johnny Gilbert. I'll take that one. Sorry. Yes, Harrison's my Johnny Gilbert. I apologize, Harrison. If you are watching, you're not my Vanna White. Unless
I'd rather be Vanna White.
All right. Got it. But all right. Thanks again to everybody in the chat. You guys are incredible. Week after week after week. John Temple, hope you have fun at the Mariners Sox games this week.
Amen.
Go Twins, go Sox, go Diamondbacks, go whatever team you root for. And we will see you on Wednesday, week 2, Jeopardy. Come back. You got to defend your 5 points there, John Carter. Earn 5 more. We will see you Wednesday, 9 p.m. for Jeopardy, and then Thursday, 9 p.m.